We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us. Over fields and through the country, letting go of everything but us. Over the rainbow. If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water is warm, let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we'd wait. Grab sunglasses and the atlas, we can prove we're smarter than a phone. Let's go where there's no reception, see if we can make it on our own. Breathe deep in your chest. If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water is warm, let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we'd wait. The water's warm, let's be reborn. The water's warm, let's be reborn. We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us. Over fields and through the country, letting go of everything but us. If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water is warm, let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we'd wait.
Saturday the 18th. I haven't really done much filming this week. I just had a bit of a break from it, but Monday I went from Brisbane after me 24, went down to Adelaide, and then got there Wednesday, come back on Wednesday night, come back to Brisbane, and then they send me on a parks changeover on the Friday. So I'm now down here at Parks in the industrial area. So I'll just bring up those trailers there, and I'm going to take them with me. I'll pick up those, take them back up to Brisbane. So I just thought, it seems it's quiet and there's no one around. I've got plenty of time. We'll have a look at unhooking and hooking back up. You've seen me do it a few times and that, but I haven't really walked us through it for those that might be interested. So yeah, so we'll have a bit of a walk through on how to unhook and hook back up again. So the first thing I normally do is just pull both the maxis out. So then I'll get out, pull the pin, wind the legs down and unhook the airlines. Now from here, the legs have just touched the ground, but that's still not enough. So I'll put her in low gear and then keep winding until I hear a hiss. And when I hear that, that means the legs are taking the weight of the trailer off the turntable. You hear the airbags letting off a bit of air, because now the legs taking the weight off the airbags. So if you can hear me, there's a little knob up here, you'll see in a minute. That there, that little knob there, it's got to go on this flat area here, along in there. So you line that up, like that. So now both the air lines are pulled out. We only need to release the truck brakes. So we're only pushing in the yellow maxi and leave the red one out. And then we're just going to move the truck up a little bit so it clears the pin. So now we've pulled the truck away from the trailer pin, we can drop the airbags. Once the truck's clear of the trailer, we can lift the airbags back up again and then move away. So that's it for unhooking. Now we'll go and hook the setup I'm taking back up to Brisbane. So the first thing I do, even before I line it up, is check this lead trailer and I'll see if it's level to the ground. This bloke here, I don't reckon he's wound the legs up enough. You see how it's sort of leaning forward? It's leaning down at the front. So yeah, I don't. So now I'm worried, even before I get in front of it, that even if I let the airbags down, I'm still not going to be low enough to get under the trailer. But anyway, we'll go and have a look. So I'll back it up to about there, and I'll sort of line the turntable up with the trailer. You can see the trailer's a little bit low, so I'll drop the airbags and see how it looks. So that's not too bad. I can get under at that. So I'll just move it back a little bit to about over here. And I'll stop about there and then lift the airbags back up again. Now I don't want to back under till, I don't want to hook up to the pin yet, because I want to wind these legs up a little bit, because when you do your tug test, the legs are going to be going back and forth and left to right, and you'll end up bending them because they've got all that pressure still of the weight of the trailer sitting on them. So if I'm going to be pushing and pulling, the legs are going to end up like bending a little bit. And the shaft, that there, this shaft here, it's not going to go up here because it'll be bent. It'll be at another angle altogether. So, and it's just going to be really difficult to wind back up again because it'll be at a different angle, and it won't be all straight. So we're just going to wind them up. They just got to be off the ground. They don't have to be right up or anything, just about, you know, half an inch, just so they're not touching the ground. So now the turntable is supporting all the weight of the trailer, and there's no weight on the legs at all because they're off the ground. Now it doesn't really matter whether we hook up these airlines or not now. I like to hook them up now because I've got this big fuel tank here and the motor, and when I back it up I can't get in there. Alright, I just want to let you know as well, when you're hooking these up, just be wary of this, because when the key's on and you're mucking around, this will fall like that. This is hot. This is like hot at the moment. So, and it always, it's not that it might fall like that, it will fall like that. So, and then it'll just short out, there'll be sparks everywhere and big problems. So just keep an eye on the electrical plug while you're doing this. And the same deal here, just line these up with the flat. I can see through the camera. Hang on. Alright. So line them up like that, and same as that one over there. So it'll push it in. See if you turn it, won't push in. And then just put them together. Once you've put it in like that, turn it around so the little knob there is now on the round, not on the flat, and that'll lock it in. So the lines are hooked up, the legs are off the ground, the trailer's got, the turntable's got all the weight of the trailer, so we're right to bang it together now. So remember, this stays out because that's your supply to the trailer. We only want the prime mover brakes off. We want the trailer to stay where it is and the truck to come back to hook up to the trailer. So it's just this one here. Leave that one out. So after you've banged it together, don't forget, just give it a quick tug test. You don't have to pull the guts out of it, like I've seen some blokes do. Just a tug to make sure that the gate's closed and the trailer's not going to come off. So that's it. And then after that, probably be best, turn the hazard lights on if they're not already on, and I will turn the lights on before I get out. So then when I get out, I can wind the legs up and start checking everything. I'll check if the gate's closed properly, then check the lights, start whacking tyres and checking the airbag levels of the trailer. I'll show you that in a minute, and all the blinkers and everything, and then the fuel and the temperature. First thing I'll do is I'll check this, see if it's on. And that gate there, if I don't hit my head, that gate just up there, see that? It's closed properly because we've done a tug test, but we'll do another one before we leave. And then we'll wind the legs up. So when I'm walking down, I'll just check whatever comes up first. So at the moment, so the first thing I get to is the fuel tank, and I check the fuel. There should be enough to get to Brisbane. Where's my button? Then I've checked all that, legs are up. So the next thing I come to is the airbag. This lever here lets the airbag up and down. So depends on what level dock you're on. So they can lower the front trailer or lower it up or down, depending on how the dock is, how high the dock is. So if you pull it out like that, that brings the airbags up to travelling level, so you can travel on it. So always check that they're out. Next thing I check is these, because I didn't do it. I didn't hook it up, so I don't know if they're right. So I want that there to be on the round, same as the other one. So I'll actually sight that up. I'll make sure I have a look. That's in. Make sure them taps are turned on. That's the supply to the back trailer and the signal line. So I want to make sure the brakes are working. And then I'll just start tapping tyres until I get down the bottom. And while I'm doing that, I always check the pin on the back trailer. Because I'm telling you, there was a time, it was in Brisbane and it was at the Brisbane market. And the whole thing was hooked up like this, legs was up, everything was right to go, all the lines were hooked up and everything. But the pin was out. So if I just sort of casually went along, started tapping tyres and didn't check it, I would have dropped that trailer. I would have stretched all these. All these would have been stretched over the turntable. The trailer would have dropped off the back of the trailer here. The legs would have bent, and it would have been my fault because I didn't check. Not the bloke who didn't hook it up right. It would have been my fault. So once, even before you hook it up, like you start lining your truck up, or you found your trailers in the yard, they're your trailers. They're not the bosses, they're not the management's, they're yours. You're responsible for them, or in my case I am. So if anything goes wrong, it's my fault because I didn't do my checks, I didn't look for anything. So whatever happens is my fault, or if you're doing it, your fault. So you got to treat the gear like it's your own and make sure everything's going to be right before you leave, because it's going to be you sitting on the side of the road, not the boss. It's going to be us sitting there because we didn't check. So I check the legs. Right, next thing that comes up is the fuel, back fuel tank. Check it for enough fuel, and that'll get me in. Start banging tyres again. And then we come to the back airbag, and the same deal. Pull it out, make sure it's out, make sure the airbags are at travelling level. And then at the back, check off all the blinkers work, and the lights are going, and the signs are up. You know, it could have been, the local fellas could have been running this trailer around single, and they pulled the signs down. So, I don't know how many times I've seen blokes running around with no signs on the back because they obviously didn't check. So keep going, banging tyres. And then we finally get the temperature around here. You can see that little number underneath the 10, you got the 2 10s, the little one. That's what it's set at. And the 10 above it, the large riding, that's what the trailer is sitting at. That's the temperature inside the trailer now. So the back trailer is set at 10 degrees and it's sitting at 10. And this one, you can see that 12 there. That's what it's set at. And it's now sitting at 11. So inside the van, 11 degrees. Alright, and that's the check. Now what I normally do, when I take off, I'll give it another tug test. I'll give it a tug test with my handpiece. I'll show you in a minute. And then I'll move forward a little bit and then give it another tug test just to make sure. So this is your handpiece. This runs the trailer brakes and it's on a spring loaded thing. So I'll put that on, give it a tug test, and then I'll release it. I'll go forward, and while it's rolling, I'll put that on again. That'll stop the trailers, but won't apply the truck brake. The truck will want to keep going forward, but it'll be stopped by the pin or by the gate on the turntable, we hope. And the last thing you should be doing, paperwork. Don't forget to give it to the trailer you just dropped off if the driver's not here. Alright, so we just had a quick stop at Gilgandra, grabbed my coffee, sandwich, and we've been here nearly half an hour. The restaurant's closed, so no dinner tonight, just sandwiches. Yeah. Oh, I just thought I'd apologise for the fridge motors going when we'll unhook it and hook up those trailers back in parks. I was going to turn them off so you could hear me talk, but one was freezer and it was defrosting itself, so it was down to -9 when it should have been at -22, and I just didn't want to turn the fridge off So I left it running, and then the other one was chiller as well, and it was at, what was it, 10? I think it was 10 or 12. And I figured, oh look, I'll just leave them running, and because I don't like turning the fridges off, and they're tracked. So NTO, National Transport Office in Coffs Harbour, they know when the fridges have been turned off or not, so you know they'll go in a panic mode if they see the fridges turned off. So I just left them running. Hopefully you could hear me all right. So anyway, it's about 10:30 I think, or something like that. So we're going to get going. We should be in Brisbane by about 8 in the morning, I reckon, Sunday morning. So alright, next stop, Gundawindi. I'll see you up there. We're just about to leave Gundawindi. It's about nearly 4:15 in the morning, Sunday morning. So another 4 hours in. We've got to go to Brisbane Market, drop these trailers off, and then bobtail back to the yard. Then that's it. I'm on a 24 after that. I've got to make a few changes in my life, probably my diet, but anyway, we'll talk about that when I get back to the yard. It's Monday the 20th. I'm just coming off my 24-hour break up here in Brisbane after coming back from parks. We got a board telling us where we're going and what we're doing for the next trip and that, and I'm not on it at the moment. So that usually means I'm running out of Brisbane markets. So yeah, so I don't really know what I'm doing or where I'm going at this point. I guess they'll tell me. I just thought I'd discuss food because people have been asking what I eat on the road and this and that, and I don't really eat that much because I'm always in a hurry and I don't have the time to sit and sit for an hour or hour and a half to have a meal like every night or every morning. So I tend to just grab something quick and easy. Usually like sandwiches, like ham, cheese and tomato sandwich, coffee, and yeah, so I've been sort of just living on that. But now doctors have said that it's making my blood high, like I've got a high blood pressure, so they put me on these tablets, and I went and got my blood pressure done again, and apparently those tablets they put me on weren't doing the job, so they put me on some more tablets, some stronger ones, and now they're not doing the job either, so now I have to go and get some stronger tablets still to bring it down. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to change my diet as well. So I think the problem is I drink too much flavoured milk, like iced coffee flavoured milk. Like I'll have like 2 or 3 a day, every day, plus white bread sandwiches and all the rest of it. So not much into hamburgers and chips, and I don't eat a lot of salty food. I'll have those sandwiches plus the iced coffee and probably some muesli bars. But yeah, I think that's contributed to my high blood pressure, so I've got to cut the milk out for starters, probably the white bread and the processed meats. So I've got to start eating a lot more fruit that I don't really do. Like I'll eat bananas with my cereal, but that's about it, So I've really got to make an effort to buy fruit, like strawberries, any sort of berries, pistachio nuts, and just vegetables and fruit and veg in general. I've got to really try and get it in my system. So, because I need to get more potassium in my system. So anyway, but other than that, everything's all right. So I'm going to go whip over the doctor now, see if I can get in at short notice to see if they can get my blood pressure taken again and see what I can do about these tablets. So I'll just finish up this video here. I was going to do another trip into it, but when I looked at the timer, I've already filmed about 33 minutes. So I thought, wow, where did it all go? So all right, I'll wind it up here and I'll see you all in the next one.